everyone, and welcome to the Cornerstone Automotive Arena at the Furniture and Things Community Event Center for CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. It's a Northwest Suburban Conference showdown as the Elks host the River Cities Blades. Joe Yund along with Howie Shapiro and Jerry Grant for tonight's action. Guys, Elks come in 0-2. The Blades, on the other hand, on a two-game losing streak, so both teams trying to end their streaks.
Yes, Howie.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's an opportunity, I think, for the Blades to get back on track. You never know. Huge loss, obviously. So an opportunity to get back on the winning track here against the Elk River team that's obviously looking for their first win.
Yeah. Well, the one thing you look at, Howie and Joe, is the fact that you have 3 games, you're averaging 2 goals a game scoring. You got to do better than that. You're going to have to try to get between 3 and 4 to win more games. They've got enough firepower. You know, we saw them way back the first game against Eden Prairie. They had a lot of shots. They were not able to convert on a lot of those shots. So they've got to find a way to put the puck in the net more, and then things will start turning in the right direction. But they have a tough schedule, right, Joe?
Incredibly tough schedule. They have 8 or 9 games ahead of them this season that are against top 20 teams. They start in the top 20. They want to stay in the top 20. How do you get to be one of the best? You play the best. And they saw Hill Murray, as Howie mentioned, on Saturday in a rough one, 9-2 loss. Talking to Coach Gutterman before the game tonight, he said, you know, they're a better team, but it wasn't a 9-2 game. We just let it get away from us a little bit. Had some spurts where they scored multiple goals, and unfortunately had some mistakes kind of snowball on them. Setting the tempo early against these Elks. The Elks started their season against number 5 Minnetonka, and they lost that one 18-0. They were outshot 57-2 through the first 2 periods.
Oh.
It was 16-0 when they started the third.
Oh.
Well, Jerry, when I was talking to Coach Gutty, I said, what are some of the things you need to do to get back on track here? He said, basically, we got to do better in our D zone, and we have to bury the puck. We have not been able to do that much this year, so that's an important aspect tonight. I feel if they can get up to an early lead, they should control this contest.
Oswego was looking for a tip out front, but the stick of Semling lifted at the last moment. Good pinch on the far side by Oswego. Brnovic couldn't stop the bouncing puck. It will come back to her. She'll jam it in deep, and the Blades hustle for a line change. Maria McMillan starts the Elks back out to center. That didn't click in a cluster in front of the bench. Blades can't maintain control. On the attack is Ryland Curtis for the Elks. Blades able to force it back out to center. Bowden pressuring the puck. Comes loose to Callie Alford. She retreats behind her own net. Cuts in front. Walks through this slot. Her pass hit Easton in the skates. This one flipped all the way down by Olivia Pitson. Good contact along the end board as Pitson freed up the puck. Anna Pitson back on the attack again. Bowden swings it in behind. Caitlin Easton getting on top, trying to slow the breakout. The pass broken up as it got through to Maisie Beatty. Elks still able to play it into the zone. Beatty able to keep it in. Along the line, battling with Olivia. Pitson plays it around. Bowden's pass hit a skate, comes right back to her. She continues to hack away at it, spins in front of her own bench. Partial line change for the Blades. Bowden dumps it deep. She'll get off and allow that line change to complete. Olivia Reid on the forecheck. Elks able to get it back out to center. Reid turns it around. That pass didn't connect. Elks play it back to the Blades blue. Sent in by Jaden Peterson. In behind her own net is Lila Olson. She's pinched off of it. Quick shot turned away. Stanislawski from a dangerous spot. Elks regain control in that far corner. Spun around in the skates of Olson. Elks get it back to the blue line. Fanning on it was Olivia Fredensburg. And that one just a little too far for Marissa Peterson. Might have set her in on a breakaway, but it turns into icing.
Yeah, I like the thought off the get-go on that one, guys. Just a little bit too much on that pass, but nice job of trying to spring her and see if she can get something in on that.
Not icing, it was in on goal, so a face-off in the offensive zone for the Blades. Alphen sends it deep. Semling backhands it to the slot. Comes out to Alphen off the heel of her stick. Played back out to center by Maya Brunel. Blades play it near side. Sent in deep by Bernovic. First one in on the forecheck, Bella Lindquist. Lindquist, a couple of assists in that last contest. Bernovic plays it off the boards, out to the point. Now back to Bernovic. Bernovic. Shot hit traffic. Bernovic headed for Assumption, going to play some D1 hockey out east. Very exciting to know her next step.
Yeah, and Assumption's getting an awfully good player for sure.
This one poked free and out to center by Bernovic. Elks recover back at their own blue line. Emily Hilliard sends it in. Bowden in behind the defense, sprung on the breakaway, can't slide it home, and no penalty coming. A little bit of stick work to disrupt the play, but not enough to get a penalty for the Elks. Rebound chance, still loose, and there's the goal. Poking it in, Caitlin Easton, her second of the season.
Well, it's a greasy goal, as you like to call it, Howie, as they got that puck to the front of the net in a couple of attempts. Finally got the player open, and Easton was able to get there and put it in.
Yeah, when talking to Coach Gutty, I said, what do you do about getting more shots, like finding the back of the net?
He says sometimes girls tend to get a little too cute. He says just get those ugly goals, just keep pounding away at the net, and things are going to go in just like that there.
Yep, crash, make sure you're strong on your stick, and get in there and put it in the net.
Well, and that's the type of player Caitlin Easton is, a bit of a pit bull. She's not the biggest one on the ice, but it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
All right, there's our first cliche of the night, Howie. We'll see if we can get to 10.
That's number 2 on Caitlin.
Oh, 2 already.
Number 2 for Caitlin, I should say.
Well, good. She was able to do what she needed to do, get down to the blue paint and get to work. I say earlier, for the Elks, you got to watch number 9, Peterson. I remember last year she can cause a lot of problems, so you got to keep an eye on her.
Blades out shooting the Elks 7-1.
What number is she, Jerry?
Not quite 5 minutes into the contest. Number 9, the other way. Kylie Oswego trying to work her way through traffic at center ice. Adrina Pillen able to play it back out to center. Quick turn back to the near side. Hustle to get back on side, and that was just a mess from the word go.
Yeah.
Everybody has to tag up. Olivia Reed on the forecheck, able to block it up. She holds Pylon to the board. Trying to poke it free is Peterson. Back the other way comes Alex Roth. Roth chips it in, trying to get around Alphen, slowed in the corner, takes a funny bounce, but Alphen able to control. Plays up through the center of the ice, keeping it at the blue line was Emily Hilliard. She'll play it back in deep, recovered there by Spa. Spa had a pass off the stick of Marissa Peterson. Peterson slowed at center ice. Alphen trying to get it deep. That was stopped up, turned right back out by Maria McMillan. And that one, it will be icing.
A little sloppy there the last few minutes. Both teams not able to get that puck in the zone cleanly and bobbling it at the blue lines.
Yeah, just one shot on goal for the Elks go right now. 7 for the Blades.
Well, the Blades are doing a good job controlling play.
Yep.
They're using their speed to their advantage.
Bernovic a win off the faceoff. Plays it back out to the point as Swegan protects the puck. Flips it in on the backhand. Semling awaits in the corner. She protects with her body. trying to spin it back out front. Lindquist was there, but it was deflected away. Lindquist back in the corner, tied up in the skates of the official. Battles against two Elks and the skates of that official as Swegan. A good pinch. Lindquist, high backhand, flipped over into the far corner.
Bentley.
Here we're going to see our first penalty and should see two. This should be a 5-on-3. We've got a hook out top and a hook down low. We'll see if they actually call them both. But those arms went up for two separate penalties.
I'd be surprised if they did both.
The two refs each had their own call, or they're just going to go with one?
I think they're going one. I think they're just going with the one.
It was two separate penalties. Will they call them both is the question.
They're chatting about it.
There's a hook up top against Semling as she turned to get it low. And then Bernovic was hooked in the slot.
Yeah, they're only going to go with one.
I guess I'm not surprised.
It's already an uphill battle for the Elks so far in this first period. So a 5-on-4. Alford shoots, tipped out front. What a save.
That was.
By Kenna Mogren. I don't know that she knew she had it, but she was in good position.
As long as you don't let it get behind you, that's all that matters.
Yeah, kept her body in front of the puck, and that's the job of the goaltender.
One-timer from the point, hit the defender out front, comes free for the Elks, and that one is sent out to center ice by Alex Roth. Semling recovers in her own end. Stays out of the reach of Roth. Attacks with speed down the right wing. His shot blocker saved by Mogren. Semling recovers out to Alphen. Back to Semling. Here's Bernovic walking in. Finds some room. Her shot doesn't get through, but she gets it back in the corner. Out to the point for Alford. Alford. Her shot hit a skate. She gets it back. Plays it out front looking for a tip from Oswego on the doorstep, and that went wide. Blades able to keep it in at the blue line. Bernovic. A one-timer for Semling misses wide. Rings around. Bernovic holds. Midway through this power play, a shot turned away by Mogren. She could see it all the way from Semling. Alford will step up across for Bernovic. Walking in, leaves it back. Another one-timer and a goal for June Semling.
That was a pretty goal. Did a really nice job of working the puck around and just finding that open slap shot.
Yeah, they're able to get that defense to move more to the middle. They're packing it in tight. That's why so many shots were blocked. So as they got tight on that last play there, they left Semling open right where you want to be as a one-timer, top of the circle, and she was able to get a nice pass and get real good contact, and we have a 2-0 game.
Yeah, she did not miss from there. It was with some authority. She put that in the back of the net.
Yeah, and with that shot, it's just quickness.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be overpowering, but it had good mustard on that one. So it got there nicely, and the goalie did not have a chance to set.
4 shots on that power play for the Blades, and it pays off with June Semling netting her second of the season.
Yeah, that was pretty. They really dominated. They've been dominating this first period. Already 11 shots on net now for the River City Blades.
Elks play it deep. Alphen will swing it around. Bowden has it in her skates, trying to protect. Pressure comes from the blue line. Bounces free. A long shot in for Stanislawski. Held for the faceoff by Ellen Bernovic.
Yeah, the one thing the Blades can do, the second and third lines need to find a way to get out of the zone a little cleaner. They got to work on that breakout, try to get that puck to the right person and get it out of the zone.
Ooh. Well, as you know, Jerry, when you play those good teams, you've got to make sure you have more than just that one line that's going to contribute.
Yeah. It starts today. Work on moving the puck.
Oswego will swing it around near side for Anna Pitson. Played across out of the reach of Bowden. Elks able to poke it back in as Oswego tied up, but holding it with her skates, bumped off of it, kicked free by the Elks, and then poked out to center by Oswego. Little back pass out of the reach of Pylon, and Elks back in their own zone, having to deal with the pressure again from the River City's Blades. Pitson in the corner, gets some help there from Marissa Peterson. Pitson trying to center, that was broken up. Shot from the point by Solomon was turned away. The blocker has been busy for Miss Mogren early in this first period, just about midway through. A little more than midway through this first period.
Yeah, she's made some real nice blocker saves. Just the 2 goals that got by her weren't really her fault. She just was outnumbered.
Elks won the draw, but Blades jump on it quickly. Back the other way, Avery Anderson. She's hauled down, and here comes another River City's power play with 7:27 to go in the first period.
Yeah, not what the Elks wanted.
No, not already down 2-0 at this point. Being outshot 12-2, you definitely don't want the skater advantage for a team like the Blades, who are so good.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they can do what they did in the last power play. Try to isolate Semling over the left side and get her the one-time opportunity.
Top unit is back out there. Bowden, Bernovic, Semling, Alphen, and Oswego. Oswego takes up residency at the top of the blue paint. The first shot was blocked, had a chance on the backhand, but hit the side of the net. Back out to Alphen up top. And just a little too tight to the netminder was Oswego. The call for being in the crease. Force a face-off outside.
Yeah, those are little things you have to work on. In your power play, you don't want to have to take face-offs out in the neutral zone. Stay out of that crease.
At the same time, get as close as you possibly
Get as close as you can. Yeah,
Shot by Bernovic, misses
line.
just wide. Alphen tried to send it back in deep. It was deflected up and out of play. We'll face it off to the left of Mogren.
Well, you got to know how the referees call the game. Some of them let you just stand there on the red line a little bit, but some of them, as soon as you put your skate blade in there, they'll blow the whistle. So now you know tonight.
The trend typically has been at most levels to allow you to be in the zone, in the blue. The shot hit the keeper, but Mogren didn't know where the rebound was. Elks able to at least tie up bodies, so no secondary shot. Long shot in, not a lot on it from Alphen. And Mogren will cover that one up for a face-off. .45 seconds gone on this second power play.
Yeah, nice job by Mogren. Just control her crease. Face-offs are good when you're killing a penalty. That way you can get fresh bodies out there.
Easton ties up on the draw. Blades able to win it back. Played out front, a chance for Reed, and a sliding save for Mogren.
Yeah, Mogren had
this a 2-goal game.
Yeah, Mogren had to come up with a big save there. She did a really nice job because that looked like that may have gone. It was ready to get goal number 3.
Yeah, good job by Reed. She was able to get the pass, make a move, get to open ice, and the goaltender arose to the challenge.
Pitson weaving into high-scoring area, lost the puck, and the Elks are able to clear.
Peterson.
Lindquist able to get there first and keep it away from her. Pass was behind Reed, but able to get a stick on it. Bouncing puck sent back out to center by Pylon. Poked free by Reinholz. Here comes
What a
Jaden
save.
Peterson. A great opportunity on the breakaway, shorthanded. But Bernovic able to come up with the glove save. Maintain the 2-goal lead.
And Howie, that was the Elks' first shot in the house of the evening.
Yep.
With the player we defened a few minutes ago. Watch out for her.
Well, yeah, she's got some speed, and she was able to get up ahead of the defense, but a nice save nonetheless.
Still 33 seconds left on the power play. Number 1 unit back on the ice. A face-off win. Played ahead for Tessa Bowden. She skates through center. Gets it assembling into the zone along the right wing. Stops up in the corner. Looks back to the point for Brnovic. Brnovic across for Alphen. She hands off. Semling is shot. That's blocked. Bowden can't get it through traffic, but Semling buries her second of the game. And the Raver City Blades have a 3-0 lead in the first period.
Yes, that is the wrong person to leave open on the side, but it was a lucky bounce. It came off the goaltender and went right to her stick, and she's going to bury that one.
Well, we talk about all the time rebounds, and you have to try to avoid them as a goaltender. But, when a puck is right there for a player as good as June Semling is, she's not going to miss.
No, just a nice quick shot and to the short side, and 3-0. 15th shot of the period. And
8 of them have been on their power play.
Yeah, and 5 in the house on the power play.
Trying to answer are the Elks, and they hit a sliding body. Blades turn it back to the near side. Slowed there by Batty. Kept in at the blue line by Curtis. Reed plays it ahead. Turned right back in by Hillier. Solomon skates behind her own net. Backhands it along for Peterson, and Marissa Peterson's pass out of the reach of Reed. Elks chase it down to their own end. Peterson able to knock it down, had it momentarily. Here's Oswego walking in from the blue line, top of the circle. Shot is blocked. Rebound poked back to the net. Mogren able to get on top of it and hold for another faceoff.
I don't know how you might know, but does Solomon have a brother that used to play for Champlin Park and now plays for the Huskies?
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I did not know.
I'm guessing it's a possibility.
It's very possibility.
Looks like a pretty good skater.
Yeah.
So.
Mogren certainly has been busy this first period.
Yeah. That was deflected. Peterson uses her speed to get to the puck first. Wonderfully ridden off of it by Lila Olson at 2-on-1 the other way. Across, Bowden out front, can't get to the backhand. Mogren able to get a piece of it, and then Easton and Bowden collide. Peterson back the other way. She plays it ahead, and it bounced away from Kennedy Stanislawski, allowing Olson to tie it up along the boards.
Yeah, they did everything right, but put the puck in the net on that play.
Absolutely.
A couple of great chances for Tessa Bowden that just has not been able to finish. Looking for her first of the season. Easton trying to get it back to her. Out at center, sent back in deep by Josie Hughes. Easton with a block. Poked at by Oswego. Easton plays it to the line, kept in there by Hughes. Chipped at by Anna Pitson. No, sorry, Bella Lindquist. Shot misses everything, ends up in the corner. Lindquist trying to poke it out. It will get out to center, but the Elks recover. Back in her own end is Fredensburg. She got it along before she was knocked down.
Oswego, nothing called.
Relatively solid hit right in front of the bench, but no arms going up.
Yeah, it should have been a penalty.
Oswego will retreat behind her own net. Pressure comes. She's able to sidestep, get around Riley Curtis. Semling for Brnovic down the right wing. Brnovic is shot, misses wide, far side. Kept in at the line by Alfred. Alfred will send it in deep. Brnovic behind the net. Kicked back to her by Semling. Lindquist pokes it back into the corner. Elks recover. Strong forecheck from this top line. Puck comes free. Semling tried to get it across. It bounces through to Spa. Her shot gloved and held by Mogren. 2:15 to go in period number one.
Yeah, nice shot by Spa. I like to see her shoot to that far side of the net where you have the player's sticks dangling. So got to look where the players are, where the sticks are hanging. Try to put that puck low over where the traffic is and good things will happen. Otherwise, the goaltender's an easy save out.
Right. You talked about that first line. Bella Lindquist, who was the transfer from OPC, now on that first line with Bernovic and Semling.
Yeah.
Lost puck. Lindquist, or Semling rather, jumped on it. Here's Lindquist behind the net. Back for Semling. Semling tried to get it back to her. That was broken up. Semling steps in the way and slows down the Elk River breakout, but still Kennedy Stanislawski skates to the other end. Shot in. Bernovic can't control the rebound. Sent into the corner by Spa. Elks hold at the blue line, a block by Semling. Semling has the middle lane. She's got a breakaway. June Semling over the top of the net. Tried to go top shelf on the glove side.
A hat trick in the first period.
Yeah, I thought maybe she was going to maybe make a move and try and get Mogren to get to the ice.
She had that corner.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Just missed it.
Just got under it a little bit. It would have been a true hat trick without anybody else denting the score sheet in between. Bouncing puck out front. Reed can't get it to her stick. Played off the boards on the far side. Turned around by Olivia Pitson.
Oh.
Elks get it free for Burnell, who was behind the defense. She didn't have an angle. Relatively easy save for Bernovic, as we're down to 51 seconds remaining in period number 1.
Yeah, good idea. Shoot the puck when you're open like that. When the people are catching up to you, put it on net. You never know what'll happen.
Already 19 shots on goal for the Blades. That's pretty impressive in the first period.
Been a very dominant period, but look at the score sheet.
Tessa Bowden trying to split the defenders. Forces it into the zone, and it ends up being offside.
We're looking at the scoreboard. It doesn't look right, Joe.
No, scoreboard.
No,
it should be
the scoreboard
3-0.
is incorrect.
Are they just trying to be nice to the home team and not let them beat it for 3-0 down?
Well, everybody on the bench knows that
Yeah.
there's one missing up there.
Psychological thing. You're a student of psychology, right, Howard?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, exactly. I didn't say I was a good student, but I was a student.
Tie up along the near boards. Easton kicking it free, gets it to Pitson. Her shot. Mogren stops and covers.
Well, there's 20.
There is 20.
It's a lot of shots.
Yeah, you don't usually want your goaltender to face 20 shots in a frame.
No.
No.
No, she's been good.
Anna Pitson behind the net on her backhand. Chases it back down. Her shot blocked into the corner. Stanislawski sends it up. Held by Olivia Pitson. Her shot is held by Mogren, and Mogren run into, and Anna Pitson is going first penalty of the game for the River Cities Blades.
Yeah, that's a foolish penalty. That's one you shouldn't be taking.
Yeah, you just get through the crease there and get a little contact, and especially if you hit the goaltender, you're going to go to the box.
Especially when you're up 3-0.
Yeah, when you're up 3.
You'll start that second period shorthanded.
Yeah, well, that's no, they're pulling the goaltender for 3.3 seconds. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, the Elks need something to happen.
3.3 on the clock. It's a good chance you're not going to get scored on from 190 feet away.
Semling on the ice or Bernovic?
No.
Okay.
Easton just trying to win the draw. Blades able to get it behind the net. Pinch it to the boards, and they will go to the locker room up by 3. Caitlin Easton, her second of the season, and then a pair of power play tallies for their captain. June Semling has them in the driver's seat. We'll take a break. Be back with more from Elk River after this on CTN.
Winston, nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off, beautifully done. Breakaway shot to goal, just like that.
And we are back at the Cornerstone Automotive Arena inside the Furniture and Things Community Event Center, home of the Elk River Elks. The Elks currently starting the second period on the power play for 1:57, but trailing the River City's Blades by a 3-0 score. June Semling, a pair of power play goals in the first period.
Well, and the Blades really outplayed them in that first period, out shooting them 20-5.
Semling jumping on it off the face-off, carries in behind the net, takes a look, out to the point. Hard pass, bounces away from Oswego. Semling recollected momentarily, and now Bernovic jumps on a loose puck. Bernovic shorthanded. Back door, there's Semling, a glove save for Mogren, and she'll cover it up. Shorthanded pressure from the River City Blades.
Yeah, good job by Mogren. She was able to kind of wait Semling out. She stood square, got even with the puck there, and made a nice save.
Well, it came out to meet her when
Yes.
she looked over and saw one of their top players all alone out front. Here's Bernovic walking in. Her shot kicked away. Rebound chance by Semling is blocked. Bernovic across Oswego. Can't handle it. Recovers it in the corner. She's bumped along the boards by Peterson. Continues to push. Everybody tied up. Puck comes out to center. Semling recovers. Stays out of the reach of Curtis. Gets to the blue line. Dumps it in. They'll get a line change, and this is going to be a penalty against Semling for a little retaliation as she tried to get off the ice.
That wasn't
And
much.
this is going to be a 5-on-3 for 51 seconds.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That wasn't much. It was kind of just a little bump.
A little love tap.
That's called, well, it's 3-0. Let's kind of, give them a little chance going here.
Well, and I think that has a bit to do with it. If they're down 3-0, I don't know that she gets this call, but they're up 3-0, and they were just owning the power play.
Yeah, they sure were.
I mean, and it was mostly Semling doing the forechecking. Bernovic a couple of times picking up in support, but Semling circling the zone and controlling the action shorthanded. And then, she took a bump and she gave one back. And again, I don't know that that's called if it's not a 3-0 game, but maybe. Either way, it puts the Blades killing a 5-on-3 for 51 seconds. And that's a good start. Win the faceoff, play at 200 feet, and now Bernovic tying it up along the boards. She's more than happy to just try and burn some time off of that clock. Being leaned on by a pair of Elks players, she still comes away with it. Slides it out. Alphen was charging in. Her stick tied up at the last minute by Reinhold prevented her from getting a great scoring chance. Shorthanded down to the final 7 seconds of the Pitson penalty. Good step up by Alphen, sends it back in deep. And that is called icing. You don't want to do that when you have an extra body or two on the ice.
Yep. Now that
But Pitson is released from her confinement, and so it's 5-on-4.
Well, Bernovic just shows how good a player she is there, Howie, by doing the work all by herself. One player with her two partners then back in a defensive mode, but she's able to kill off most of that little back of the 5-on-3 by herself.
well,
Yeah, and for her to not only tie it up as long as she did along the boards against two Elks players, but then she came out of the pile with the puck.
Yeah.
That is not easy to do.
No.
Peterson runs over Caitlin Easton and goes spinning to the ice. Oswego recovers back in her own end. Ahead for Easton. Easton gets through. Here's Pitson walking in. Her shot goes just wide, just out of the reach of Mogren's left toe.
Had her beat.
that wasn't off by much.
Beatty able to battle through some stick checking, but then sends it the distance. Another icing. More icings than shots on goal in this power play for the Elk River Elks, and that includes 51 seconds of 5-on-3.
Yeah, they've had 0 shots on this power play.
And the Blades able to get a couple shorthanded.
Meanwhile, the Blades' top or next to top player is currently serving her time in the sin bin. Bowden sends it back into the corner. Bella Lindquist let it get away from her a little bit, but she tracks it back down out to the point. Olivia Pitson shot, got through, stick save, rebound chance, Bowden, and then Lindquist. Lindquist again off the side of the net, trying to wrap around, and it came off the toe of her stick. Bowden recovers out of the corner. Her shot was blocked out front, ends up in the corner, and the Blades are back to full strength. Oswego trying to take it back to the front of the net. Broken up, McMillan takes it behind, sends it around, kept in by Pitson. Long shot, stick saved. Bowden on the near boards, leaves it there for Oswego. Oswego
Oh, dangling alone there.
couldn't quite get around the stick check there from Bella Dahl. Back in her own end goes Anna Pitson. Off the boards, Oswego lost the handle a bit, now got it ahead to Brnovic, knocked off her stick, Elks keep it in. Fanning on the shot was Dahl. Blades back in possession, here's Brnovic getting around, she's in alone, Brnovic backhand goal!
Nice move by Sydney there, Howie. She's able to get to the backhand and make the goaltender commit first. And that usually ends up being in the back of the net.
Yeah, and she made it look easy on that one, too. Just, again, a great move, and then they get to that backhand and a nice, easy little flip into the net for the goal to make it 4-0 in favor of the Blades.
Yeah, well, she's having a good game. Came off that nice shift on the penalty kill, able to keep those feet moving. She's got good speed. She'll get by the defender, use her body position, get to the net, and make a nice move.
I believe that's her 5th goal of the season.
It is indeed. Had the hat trick in the 3-2 win over Eden Prairie that we saw in opening night. Solid hold along the far boards. Reed trying to center. That hit a skate, comes all the way out to Alphen. Alphen walks across the top of the circles looking for more room. Shot deflected, ended up behind the net. Spa, another good pinch on the near side this time, able to tip it free. Spa getting her stick on it again. And again, the Blades able to maintain the zone. Shot for Reed, couldn't get through the shin pads of Reinholz. Reinholz gets to the blue line, tried to dump it in, hit the official. Recovered now by Alphen. A good hold at the blue line by Brunel, and Brnovic shuts that chance down and covers up. Get some fresh legs out, make sure everyone's reset. Exactly 5 minutes into this second period. The River City's Blades a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, they're just using their speed, and they are a fast team when they get their wheels going. So just got to keep that up for the whole game. Keep building on these things.
Oswego trying to spring Semling, but pass was off target. That'll be icing. We'll head back to the Blades end.
It's a good idea. Keep the Elk defense nervous. Get them backpedaling, leaving the zone. Easier on the breakout then, Howard.
Yep,
They're already out of there.
Absolutely.
Face-off win for Brnovic. Oswego plays it behind. Sent around for Lindquist. Her pass too far ahead of Brnovic. She captures it off the boards. Shot save. Rebound still loose. Poke to the corner. Blades can't hold the line this time. Oswego steps up though and plays it right back into the zone. Oswego tripped up, and that's going to force this offside.
Yep. Yeah, keep that head up, have the awareness, see your player offside. You can just take your time. You can dump it in, let her get back onside, but then you give up possession. But that's okay. You can get a line change then. Little things. Got to build on the little things.
Well, and regaining possession has not been a problem for the Blades this evening. But you want to play solid fundamentally, and as you mentioned,
Situational
get the look
hockey.
up, see that.
Yeah.
Those lessons that you can learn in a game like this go a long way in those contests again against those many
like Saturday,
top-seeded teams they are going to face.
Coming up, right?
Yep, on Saturday they will host Centennial Spring Lake Park, and we will be there. The full truck for the first time this year.
Oh, my. I love it.
Replays and everything.
good.
Very exciting.
Yeah, they've got Centennial Spring Lake Park starting the season number 2 in the state, and they've got them Saturday and then again 2.5 weeks later.
Yep.
Both of their Northwest Suburban Conference contests against the Cougars very early in the schedule.
Well, that's okay sometimes.
But they will also see this season, and we talked about they already faced number 1 Hill Murray, number 7 Maple Grove.
Yeah.
Others on their schedule include number 5 Minnetonka, number 6 Benilde St. Margaret, number 8 Moorhead, number 10 Andover, number 13 Woodbury, and number 20 Wayzata. And the Blades do start the year ranked number 19.
Yeah,
I have a
not
feeling
easy.
Minnetonka will be moving up a few numbers
Yeah,
by then.
I think so as well.
Tessa Bowden gets pointed up ice. Stays out of the reach of Bella Dahl into the zone. We'll send it in and around. Anna Pitson can't get there in front of Peterson, but Peterson fanned on it. Kept in at the line. Pitson back in the corner. Had it poked free by Stanislawski. Those two tie up in the corner. Bowden comes in, digs it free. Back to the point. Spa shot. That hit traffic out front. Comes free to Peterson. Peterson will get on her horse. Tried to dump it in deep. That was blocked. She was just trying to get it deep so she could get a line change. Now she has the opportunity to send it in on the backhand and put a leg over the board. Played around out to center. Bowden bumped off of it. Puck comes free for Easton. Caitlin Easton will send it in just wide of the mark.
Yeah, good thing it was wide. The goaltender missed that one.
Spot, another good step up. Getting a stick on puck and keeping it in the zone. Anderson tried to get that one through the traffic, not able to do so. Morgan Johnson plays it back out to the point. Alphin across. Spa. Her shot misses wide. Off the end board. Tie up. Reed plays it through the slot. And Anderson just couldn't get a stick on it. This one's sent all the way down. This will be another icing. Another face-off for Elk River in their defensive end. Just about midway through this second period. They're down 4-0.
Yeah, and being outshot 9-1 here so far in period number 2.
Well, their speed is just a little bit too much for the Elk today.
I agree.
Well, and they've done a great job of rolling lines. This top line is very good.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite, and certainly at this point in the season, not what it was last year when you had Bernovic with McKenzie and June. That's
Lily was
a really good line.
Pretty solid player, that's for darn sure. It's hard. Can't fill her shoes. You can just try to get somebody in there that does a decent job. And so far, so good.
Cycle up top. Good patience from Oswego, weaving her way to a good shooting spot and then missed wide. Bernovic recovers in the corner, takes a look.
That was a good opportunity for the D to
Now
walk.
will take the shot. Didn't make it through. Elks play it back out as Oswego stops it up at center ice. That pass spun Lindquist around. No icing, though. Hillier from behind her own net. That pass didn't click. Loose puck recovered by Oswego. She'll send it in deep. Semling and Hillier tie up along the end board. Semling comes away with the puck. Lost it in Lindquist's skates. Lindquist got it back, and back it comes to June Semling at the blue line. Semling, long shot in. Pad saved by Mogren. Spa. Well, that's Lila Olson rather this time on the deep pinch, but well timed. Jam things up and forces another Elk River icing.
Yeah.
Again, just trying to clear that confusion in front of the net and see if they can regroup. But the Blades are doing such a nice job of controlling it down in the Elk River's end. They're not really having any opportunity offensively at all so far.
They're doing a good job keeping the puck in. Just keep working on little things. Find open players, move the puck.
Bowden turning with it. From the faceoff dot, a save and a hold for Mogren.
Yeah, great idea. Tess was able to get the corner, get into the circle. That's a good shooting angle, and put it on the net. Fourth shot from the house in this period, Howie. They had 9 in the first period with 5 on the power play. From the house. That's where you want to be.
That's exactly where you want to be. Comfort from the house. Ooh.
Go, Paul.
Hit the post.
More buzzing from these blades. And it's funny, I saw Lexi Solomon thought about pinching and realized as she got below the top of the circle that puck was still down like below the circles.
Check coming up. Now, Howie, here's your English question for the day. Name that rhetorical device, buzzing blades. Oh, my.
Alliteration.
Oh, look at that. You got
is
help.
the correct answer. I'm a big fan.
He is a big fan of that.
Yep.
That's why he said it. We caught you. You weren't paying attention.
No, I was not.
You couldn't
But that's
hear the
usual.
question?
What?
You couldn't hear the
What?
question. Exactly.
Well, and the interesting part to that was the referee put his arm up, then put his arm down,
Yeah, he was
and then there was another little bump, and he went, okay, I'm going to have to call it now.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And I don't know how many people were watching that or seeing that in their periphery, but he's right in front of where we are.
We were.
And it was clear the arm went all the way up, and then went, maybe not. Okay, yeah. And I think that may be why there's some discussion
Right. Yeah.
at the Elk River bench,
Right. It's like,
and also at the River Cities bench. And
Let's get
well, he called
clarification.
one of those earlier. So
yeah, and you didn't want
well, you gotta
when you're
call
Elk
him, call
River,
him.
you're struggling so badly, especially in the second period so far, and now you're putting the Blades, who are 2 for 2 on the power play, back to the advantage. Alphen leaves it up top. Semling locks onto it. She and Bowden play catch on the right side. Shot through traffic. Rebound chance misses wide for Oswego. Oswego had her stick taken out, and here comes a 5-on-3. Give them the puck. Give them the puck.
Shoot it on the goal. There you go.
There's a shot, a cover, and we're going to have 5-on-3 for 1:37.
Interference.
And the thing is, you got away with ripping the stick out of her hands, and what she get the call for was for then playing the stick away from the player. You had just removed it from her hands, and and it's frustration.
Yeah. Well, it's not fun when you're chasing the puck most of the night. Very frustrating. Well, it's a good game for the Blades to just kind of work on things, keep working on all 3 lines, get them all starting to get used to each other and moving that puck around.
Bernovic has done really well in the face-off circle, too. Semling catches it with her skates, then missed it with her stick. She circles back. She's got room. Bowden sweeps it over for Bernovic. Semling, a one-timer. She's got the hat trick. All on the power play.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time to get their 5th goal of the night. I mean, again, just a nice pass to June, and she buried it.
Just could not get over there fast enough. She knew it was coming, but she just was too far away to get over to that near post, and that's a nice shot, another nice goal.
Yeah, just 20 seconds into the 5-on-3.
Yeah, in a 5-on-3, it's hard to cover that shot.
And now another 1:41 on the power play.
Yeah. I don't know how good teams are at rotating the triangle earlier in the year, Joe. Probably not quite there yet.
Usually by this point in the season, if you've worked on penalty kill and power play at all, it's minimal.
Very minimal. 5-on-4 most of the time.
Bowden trying to get it to Oswego out front. Oswego jumps on the loose puck. Trying to circle out of the corner. We'll circle back.
There you go. Move it around.
Semling up top. Bowden backs out. Gets it over for Bernovic. She's watched closely by Peterson. Bowden steps up. Bowden a shot right into the midsection of Bogren. She'll hold for the faceoff with 59 seconds left on the power play.
Well, that's the right idea. Move it around, try to find where the opening is, and if you can walk down into the box, into the triangle, go for it.
Oh, we talked about 20 shots on goal in that first period. Already 15 here in period number 2.
A lot of shots.
It's a lot of work.
Well, and again, you put this power play on the ice that much, and they that top unit especially, but even the second unit has looked good.
Yeah.
In their opportunities. Olivia Pitson carries into the zone. She'll take the shot. It's blocked. Played to the line, but held there by Lindquist. Down low for Anna Pitson. Anna leaves it for Olivia up top. Olivia's shot did not get through, bouncing around out front. Ends up in the corner. Reed gets there first. Plays it around. Anna Pitson takes a peek. Plays it across. Bella Lindquist walking in. Out front. Reed leaves it back. Anna Pitson is shot. That was blocked out front. It was an attempt at the deflection by Easton, and she got a little too much of it.
Yeah, I love to see that play to the bumper. That was great. That's why you run that bumper. Get that puck in the middle, break down the defense, and then look for an open player.
Well, and Reed did a nice job. She had her back to the net, so she immediately put it back on Pitson's stick, who had room to take that shot.
Yeah, it was a nice play.
Lindquist back up top. Anna Pitson, final seconds of the power play. That shot deflected into the corner, recovered by Lindquist. Lindquist bluffs to the middle. Now skates across the top of the circles. Knocked down with the glove by Mogren. And the Elks able to play back out to center. Anna Pitson just into her own zone. That pass deflected, but gets through to Lindquist. Lindquist couldn't get it cleanly through, but Reed does recover and get it into the zone. Then she is relieved of the puck. Stanislawski going the other way for Elk River. Gets it around Spa, gives chase. Good poke check from Lindquist. And Lindquist comes away with it behind the net. Off the boards, looking for Reed. Kept in at the line by McMillan. Back in behind is Bernovic. Slides it ahead for Olivia Reed. Reed gets to the line, dumps it in. Anna Pitson giving chase on the far side. Elks get there first. Alex Ross pass. Hit a skate out to center where Semling waits. She gets it back to Spa. Spa plays it off the near boards for June Semling. Semling couldn't handle it cleanly off the carom. But the Blades jam up center ice, force a loose puck, and she recovers a one-timer for Bernovic.
Just a little wide.
But she had an opening.
They go back to her down below the face-off dot, back up top, walking in. Alphin had her shot blocked up top. Spa, quick shot. That hit Batty right in the breezers. Cross for Alphin, backhands it ahead for Bowden. Bowden circles. Shot, not a lot on it. Stick save. Into the corner, recovered by Semling. Semling, top of the circles. Sends it out to Alphin. She was looking for a deflection, and Bowden couldn't quite get the wood on it. This one chipped out to center, past Spa. Recovered by Alphin off the boards, and then that's going to be icing again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have no answer, and their only answer is to clear the puck down the length of the ice and just regroup.
At this point, you're absolutely right, Howie. They're a step behind.
Yep.
And when you're a step behind in the game of hockey, like any sport, you're in trouble.
Yes, absolutely.
And right now, Elk River just not able to keep up with the movement and the passing. You got to give credit to the Blades. They're moving the puck, and they're moving their feet. They're not standing around.
Well, a lot of support all over the ice, especially in the offensive zone.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them work a lot in the defensive zone tonight.
No.
And especially not in this second period.
Well, the Elks only have one shot on goal.
Reed trying to get around the corner. She's tied up behind the net. Pylon fighting off a couple of Blades attackers. Johnson pinned to the boards in the corner. This one played out all the way down. And this is going to be icing again with 1:42 to go in this second period.
Yeah, we're not keeping track of icings, Howie, but that's quite a few.
No, there has been quite a few.
Yeah, I was going to say
You're
that.
not-
I was going to say that
Joe, you're
earlier
not
because it
tracking
had
it?
already been quite a few
Yeah, it's definitely over 10.
this
Yeah.
period.
Yeah,
this period.
yeah, for sure.
Well, that's the only answer they have.
Right.
And the good thing is, in high school, you can change lines on an icing, so not a bad strategy.
Face-off win for Easton, nice and clean. Oswego nearly pulled herself out of the zone, but sends it in deep. Good forecheck, forces a turnover. Oswego, her patience pretty impressive out on the blue line. We did see her get her into trouble the one time, but she's been able to walk around a couple of charging defenders for Elk River.
Yeah, that's okay. That time Anderson had her back. She took her spot so she could move and make some plays. Don't do it when you're standing alone, though.
Bowden into the zone down the left wing. Circles to the boards. Up for Oswego. Oswego lost it a bit. Stanislawski played it away. Bowden recovers out front. Easton deflected, but it ends up wide. Pitson able to out-battle Peterson for the puck. Oswego locking up along the near side with Dahl. Dahl able to sweep it out to center. And quickly turned around again by the Blades. Tessa Bowden gets it across. Pitson had it poked away from her. Bowden couldn't quite reach. Gives chase. Gets to the puck. Tessa Bowden a wraparound and not in. What a save by Mogren.
Yeah, Mogren. Nice job.
Bowden looking for her first of the season and came so close. Another icing for the Elks.
Yeah. Tessa's had her chances today. It's just a little snake bit, Howie. She's not able to get that puck in the net.
Coach Cuddy's got to be pretty pleased with the way his team has played here and responded after that 9-2 loss to Hill Murray.
Yeah. Well, that's a good response.
Yep.
Well, and we always talk about it, Howie, too. In the games that you're supposed to win, you want to not just win, but dominate, and they have done that here tonight. And that helps in those with the confidence when you go up against all the ranked teams that they have in the very near future.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Well, good way to get ready for Saturday.
You bet.
Well, they add two more in the second period, outshoot their hosts by an 18-1 margin in the middle frame. And the Blades will go into the locker room up 5-0. We'll be back with the third period after this on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected. And we look forward to 10,000 more.
Back at the Cornerstone Automotive Arena in Elk River, Northwest Suburban contest between the River Cities Blades and the Elk River Elks. Joe Young along with Howie Shapiro and Jerry Grant, and it has been a lopsided affair so far. The Blades outshooting the Elks 18-1 in that second period, have increased their lead to 5-0.
Yeah, and the grade A shots were 8-0 that period and 17-1 for the game, Howie.
Well, you can't leave Peterson all alone streaking down the middle. She's got a breakaway and a big save by Bernovic. It nearly trickled in after it went over the top of her blocker, but she got just enough to send it wide to the net.
She wasn't sure where it was either.
Sid Bernovic at the other end snaps one off the shin pads of the defender right in front of her. Back the other way comes McMillan, able to get it out to center. Tied up there by Lindquist, and Lindquist is going to have some time to think about that. She's going to the box for a hold.
Well, good jump by the Elks coming out for the period there, Howie, and getting a nice breakaway chance by you-know-who. Peterson's been good today, just hasn't been able to find the back of the net.
Well, the Elks have been having trouble finding the back of the net, although they don't have a lot of shots on net to find the back of it.
Well, they've already equaled their shots from the second period in the first minute here of the second. They get a chance on the power play, but we saw the Blades really set the tempo shorthanded in that second period, even when they were down 5-on-3. That one sent all the way down. Tessa Bowden is going to lose lose her feet, but come up with the loose puck. Tessa Bowden trying to walk through some traffic. The pass to the middle. Well defended by Caitlin Easton. Spa steps up, now leaves it back for Alphen. Alphen plays with it down into the corner, and the Blades almost having some trouble with the ice being too fast. Clean ice. Easton had it knocked off her stick, knocks it back to Bowden. Bowden's shot turned away by Mogren. Pass bouncing away from Reinholz. She's able to poke it in deep. Elks get a line change. Bowden behind her own net. Side steps a stick check, skates into the zone. Around behind, and she'll take. I thought she was going to take another lap. Instead, she drops it back. Easton a shot, saved by Mogren. Mogren will cover up and get some fresh legs on the ice.
Good job by Alphen, just controlling play. She had Elk River players letting her skate around, and you're killing a penalty. If they're going to let you skate around the puck, just keep going because you're killing clock.
Yes, you
well,
take
that's
time
why
off
I
that
thought.
clock.
I thought she was going to just skate all the way back to her own end, just circle the net or circle the rink, because there was nobody really pressuring her as she came up the far boards. Bernovic in control. Her backhanded pass deflected out to center. She recovers on her own, runs into the official, and that gives an opportunity for the Elks. The pass out front, denied by Bernovic. Peterson recovers for Elk River and then plays it to a vacant point. This one's going all the way back down to Mogren.
Another one.
And better do something with it, because here comes June Semling. Pass across, intercepted by McMillan. And a steal by Semling. Semling had her shot blocked, recovers, gets it behind Bernovic. And that's how you kill a penalty.
Yes.
In the offensive end. Oh, the pass down low, a little too much on it. Lindquist fanned.
Yeah, Semling snaps that puck around. Don't expect a late pass. She puts zip on it.
No, she really does.
And that will be icing.
And again, similar to what they did in the first period when they couldn't control and they needed to clear out the zone, they just push it down the length of the ice.
Yep, another icing. Well, the Elks did have a shot on their power play. No, they did not, Joseph. No. I guess they had it before the power play.
they had it right away. Yep.
Right.
Yep, that's their only shot to this point in the period. And I think River City had 2 shots on their shorthanded opportunity.
Yeah, because they ended with 38, so they now have 40 on net.
Another face-off win by Easton. Shot doesn't get through. Oswego another opportunity. That got blocked as well.
2 blocks.
Oswego has to chase it down back in her own end. Chased by Brunel. And runs through Alex Roth. Shot by Pitson was blocked. Covered by Reinholz. Reinholz skates to center. She'll dump it in. And good numbers back from the Blades. And that is part of what has been a problem for Elk River. Even when they have been able to get some traction to the other end, they backcheck well. And there's numbers back, and they're outnumbering the Elks at the offensive blue line almost every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hockey 101.
Easton trying to force her way through, could not do it, but again, they hold at the blue line. A good stick there for Morgan Johnson. Easton ties up into the corner with Ryland Curtis. Kicked at, poked at. Olivia Reed leaning in. Johnson trying to dig it free. Reed will come away with it. Reed up top, spot. Got spun around a bit, across for Alphen. Her shot hit the traffic out front. This one chipped out to center by Batty. Alphen off the far boards, out of the reach of Reed. Recovered by Hillier. Hillier tracked back in her own end, near side for Batty. Batty out to center. Stanislawski able to sweep it into the zone. Alphen controls for the Blades, and she will start up ice. Peterson cuts her off and draws the penalty.
Yep.
A little frustration for Alphen. Good
Yeah, when you're
takeaway on the far side from Shea Ness,
Yeah.
but
you're 1-on-4, you probably aren't going to get through that.
well, and I think for Alphen, and it's easy to say and harder to do, but you got to control yourself when you're up 5-0.
Yeah.
But she took a slash from Peterson that forced the puck free. That's the only reason Peterson had possession to begin with.
But you know who they catch.
The frustration and the retaliation every single time.
Every single time.
Always.
You got to get that discipline, get that in your head.
Always get that second one.
Get the control play on the penalty kill again.
Another chance for the Elks. A block for Semling. And she's off to the races through the neutral zone. In and a save by Mogren.
Again, applying the pressure. Mogren did a nice job of just making sure she hung on to that puck.
Well, you know, when you get that deep, the goaltender's got a good angle. So if you're going to shoot, try to shoot it a little bit quicker before you get that deep. If you're going to go deep, you got to deke. Get right to that scoring box, right where the hash marks are. Great place to shoot the puck.
Bernovic battling on the near boards. Again, able to win puck control. Walk out. Semling a shot. Got her own rebound. Out to the point. Oswegan gives it back to her. Across. Spa had to try or Olsen rather, had to try to control on the backhand. Elks play it around. Oswegan pitches. Pokes it free. Bernovic pokes at it. Can't quite get it past Stanislawski. She gets it out to center. Taken away by Oswegan. Semling gives it back to Olsen. Ahead for Kylie Oswegan. Oswegan will shovel it in on the backhand. Just about midway through this power play. Oswegan from the blue line is shot. Mogren the save. Stanislawski giving it to Peterson, but pressure there from Anna Pitson. Back for Stanislawski. She will skate to center. She gets the red line, dumps it in. Solomon out of the corner. That pass taken away before Pitson could get it. Stanislawski had a piece of it. It bounces in where Bernovic can cover, and she does so to get a whistle.
Yeah,
Good decision.
Smartly cover the puck, absolutely.
See your defense have a little bit of a problem trying to get it out of the zone. Freeze it, regroup.
And they do give him a shot for that. I'm not so certain it was a shot, but
hey, why?
It's a power play shot for the Elks. Their first on this, their fourth power play of the game. Long shot, gloved by Bernovic.
Their second. They're on a roll.
They're on a roll.
I'm watching for them to officially call that a shot. That one
they haven't yet.
That one was about 5 feet wide. Depends on who's counting it. As a goalie, Dad, definitely a shot on goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Pass attempt out front. Bernovic stops it up with her stick, covers it up for a face-off. 19 seconds left on the power play. So far, they've only given him the one shot on goal.
Yeah. Darn. I'll have to erase that off my board.
Oh, and you're writing in marker, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't erase it. I get the magic marker eraser.
Another face-off win for the Blades. They break it out through Bernovic. Long bounce off the end boards. She wins the race. Gains control. Plays it off the boards out to Lexi Solomon. Solomon steps in. Her shot turned away with a pad by Mogren. Recovered by Bernovic. Bernovic kicks it loose. Back out to Solomon. Solomon trying to get it to Semling in the high slot. That was broken up. Pitson his shot. Deflected a couple of times. Ends up in the far corner. Olivia Reed tied up there. Brunel poking at it. Coming away with it, though, is June Semling. Said that a lot tonight. Yeah, shot through a screen, turned away by Mogren. Bernovic down the wing takes the shot. Blade to the line, held there by Solomon. Back in the corner goes Josie Hughes. Played it behind. It was intercepted again by Semling. Plays it out to Spa at the point. Spa steps away. Her shot in was deflected wide. Bowden along the end line, trying to get it to Johnson, and does. Johnson backhands out front, a chance, and a goal for Avery Anderson, her first of the season.
Well, there you go. Get that puck in the front, Howie, and they finally find a way to beat Mogren.
Well, and a nice feed from Bowden too across to Anderson to get that goal.
And we have 6 on the board. I do believe that's still running
That
time.
should, that should
They
be.
changed that
Yeah.
rule,
Yeah.
It will be once they drop the puck.
Yep.
It will be running time unless the Elks are able to get one past Ellen Bernovic. Skating through center is Marissa Peterson, carried in offside. Rough start to the season for the Elk River Elks. We talked about it. Their opener against number 5 Minnetonka ended in an 8-0 loss, in which they were outshot 57-2 through the first 2 periods.
That's wild.
And now here it is, their 3rd game of the season, and they are on the wrong end of running time for the 2nd time already.
Yeah, well, that's not the way you want to start your year. You have to find a way to step up your play and keep moving forward.
And the game in between, an overtime contest where they came from behind against Blaine and tied it late in the second or late in the 3rd, lost in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? 25 goals in 3 games, I believe.
Well, can't blame
Well,
the
Twenty-six.
goaltender.
that's kind of a skewed number.
I
mean,
guess
you're
18.
Your goals against are going
I
to be
know,
skewed
I know.
the rest of
Yeah,
the year
you're
when
right.
you give up 18 in the first.
That's true.
right.
That's very true.
Yeah, I think the goaltender's played pretty well today for them.
Yep.
Yeah,
A lot of
she
saves.
She really has.
She has. I mean, she has been under constant pressure. This one deflected up and out of play. But, yeah, and I've just looked briefly at the stats from that game. I think Minnetonka had 2 players with 5 points each and like 4 players who had 4 points each.
Wow.
Stat padding.
That's firepower.
Well, and it's tough to be on both sides of that contest, really, because as a high-powered team that has the ability to do that, you also want to be tested, especially early in the season,
Right.
and force the girls who are clearly already quite talented to still continue to get better.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the thing is, the Blades certainly could have had a lot more goals. They've missed some good opportunities.
have.
They could be up to 10 easy.
Well, and Semling had a great opportunity to get her 4th.
Yeah,
Olsen
she's had a
pinched in the
couple.
corner. Johnson comes away with it. Got it out to Anderson. Her shot deflected wide. Olsen keeps it in at the point again.
Good aggressive play by the D. They're pinching, getting some support.
Walking in is Anderson. Her shot deflected up and over the net. Easton charges in, fresh off the bench, disrupts. Bowden gets the takeaway. The shot by Pitson hit traffic. Attempt to clear. Stopped up by Olsen. She plays it back into the corner. Curtis sends it back up, but not out. Anna Pitson at the blue line. Long shot in, steered away by Mogren. Easton had it bounce away from her. Bowden recovers for the Blades. Circles in between the top of the circles. And sends a shot just wide. Sent back in deep by Olsen. Pitson pushed it a little too hard, out of the reach of Bowden. The Elks will set it all the way down. They need some fresh legs on the ice as we're down to the line at last 4.5 minutes.
Well, it was a nice shift by the Bowden, Pitts, and Easton line.
Yep.
I like seeing that good forecheck they had.
Good back check from Pitson. Forces the dump. Out to the line, kept in, sticked away by Brnovic. Caitlin Easton digs the puck free. Gets it ahead to Bowden. Bowden gets to her forehand, chopped off her stick by McMillan, recovers it off the boards. Down low for Anna Pitson. Her shot is blocked. Bowden recovers. Bowden trying to find a way through the traffic, back out to the point, too much. And Olivia Pitson has to regroup back out of neutral. Dump it in, everybody got to tag up. And so the Blades will get a line change, a turnover. Semling had it bounce off of her backhand. Brnovic carries in, left it for Lindquist. It got away from her and quickly turned around by the Elks, but then they lose it. And now Callie Alphen looking for room to skate. Gets it ahead to Brnovic. Sydney Brnovic slows into the corner, stays with it behind the net. Out to the point. Spa tried to step around and lost the handle. Played back out to center. Alphen waits, sidesteps one player, now another. Skates in, she'll shoot, blocked, got it back. Will shoot again, and a blocker save for Mogren. I don't know that she even saw that one, but had the blocker in a good spot.
She did.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think she was screened a little bit on that.
Semling at the point. We'll leave it back. Bowden, or Alphen rather, keeps it in, now sends it down just out of the reach of Lindquist. Semling, another interception. Peterson along the near boards will send it in behind. Brnovic gets there first. Brnovic out to the point. Spa shot, and that save. And hold for Mogren. Under 2 minutes to go.
You know, Joe, you talked about early in this game, the Blade doing a really nice job of just keeping it in down in the Elk River end, not losing that blue line. They've been doing it all night long, and of course applying a lot of pressure.
Well, and it helps. The Elks' passes are a little slow.
Right.
Their breakout is predictable.
Yep.
They have tried to keep going up the boards, and it has been stopped each and every time. Because, again, their passes just don't have enough zip on them to catch the Blades by surprise. And they have not really attempted a single center lane breakout in this contest.
Yep, exactly. And that's where they have to go.
Walking in as Swegan missed wide. Sent back in deep by Charbonneau. As we're getting deeper into the bench for the Blades, Shane Ness out there as well. Back the other way comes Maisie Beatty. Gets around the corner. Forced in deep.
Yeah,
She and Swegan both
bump.
Slide into the corner, no call. As the refs just want to let this one tick away. Beatty recovers out of the corner, can't settle the bouncing puck. Played to the line, but not out. Second hat trick of the season for a Blades player. This time it's June Semling. She got all three of her goals on the power play. And just a very complete game for the River Cities Blades. Down to the final 5 seconds. And Ellen Brnovic has her first varsity shutout, just a freshman.
Yeah, that's an
awesome.
impressive. Now, she didn't face a lot of shots, only 9, obviously, but the fact that the Blades just came back off of a 9-2 loss and really controlled this one from start to finish. 49 shots on net, 6 of them found the back.
Yeah, and the one thing we talked about against Eden Prairie, we were wondering how the goaltending would be this year with all of them leaving at the end of last year. And now they have a second goaltender who comes in and does a nice job, so it's good to see some depth there.
Absolutely, they need it for sure, and a lot of youth, and that's been that position. So
a lot of youth.
Yeah, freshman and a sophomore have been trading places so far through the first handful of contests. They both got a chance to play against number 1 ranked Hill Murray that really poured it on against them on Saturday. But Big contest on the horizon as they have the Centennial Spring Lake Park squad coming to their place on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be there to cover it. That's an awfully good team, and so they're going to have their hands full for sure.
But for now, they are back to 500. A
good win for them.
solid 6-0 victory in running time in the conference for the River Cities Blades. They are now 2-2 on the season, but that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro and Jerry Grant, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.